All right, you guys, welcome to the Ella's Empire Sunday Night Teen Zoom. Thank you so much for jumping on and spending this next 40 minutes with us as we go through some really valuable content, in my opinion, in video 101, basically creation and how-tos, just the whole 9 yards. And then we're going to cover some recognition, some upcoming events, because we have some big stuff planned already for 2017. So if you don't have your calendars out, get those out. If you don't have a pen and paper, you're definitely gonna want to get that. And this is probably going to be a recording that you'll go back to and listen to again to be able to pause and take notes, because you guys know that I talk fast, right? So let me go ahead and share my screen. And again, I really appreciate you taking the time to be on this call, because I know it's hard to steal that time away from your family. All right, share my screen. Okay, and we're gonna dive right in. So here we go, you guys. So video 101, let's jump right in. So why video? I feel like this is just so uber important. And I shared just a couple things here with you, and there's so many more. And I'm going to be going into depth in another training in this, why we do video though. So social video generates 1,200 more percent shares than text and image combined. I mean, that right there is just a powerful statement in itself, because think about that, 1,200% more shares than text or image combined. So image is talking picture, text is just text, free text in the box and then posting. So that's just crazy. So that's just saying video is going to be what it is, right? Including a video on a landing page can increase your conversion by 80%. That's huge. So when we're talking conversion rate, you guys, that's going from being your prospect or someone who follows you on your page to being your now customer or in your circle, where you're linking hands with them and going with them. So I feel like that right there is also why we do video. And we're going to go into why that is, because let's face it, when people see you on video, you guys, they can see who you are, which we're going to go into that a little bit more in depth in this training. So 79% of all global consumer internet traffic will come from video by 2018. Whoa, mind blown right there. 79% of all consumer traffic is going to be from video. So there are projections. I'm in a exclusive group with Mari Smith. There's a couple of you who are also invited in on that with Mari Smith, and she's like the guru of Facebook. She used to work hand in hand with Facebook, so she kind of gets the insight before it rolls out, and so then she teaches it to us and helps us to be able to better utilize new platforms and just tips and tricks and things like that to leverage ourselves better and more efficiently, not doing more necessarily, but working smarter, not harder. And this is what, and she's been preaching video for so long, it's unreal. And now they're basically saying that they think that Facebook will majority be video by 2018. And so that is true. There still will be some, because you can't get rid of all, image and text and things like that. But the majority of things are going to want to be from video. So this is why we have to get in the forefront, you guys. It's kind of like when computers came out, and some of you who are in the mindset of oh my gosh, change is so hard and I don't know how to embrace it. Sometimes you just got to go. And this is going to be all about failing forward, you guys, because we're going to learn this together. We're going to do it together. And the only way you get better is by doing it over and over and over again. So video is kind of like when computers came out. Nobody really wanted to learn it and nobody wants to do it. So they're not. And you're putting yourself at an advantage because you are doing video. You are putting yourself out there. You're being seen, even if it's, the most horrible video you've ever done. I mean, once one is done, then, you can only get better from there. So that to me was just crazy. When she's sharing these facts with us, it really is mind blowing to me to be like, wow, we got to buckle down and figure out how to get the content and all that, which is hence why this training I thought was kind of important right now. It's the end of the new year, going into the beginning of a new year. And so this is the time. The time is now. You get to be you. I mean, that's the best thing about video. Even on live Zoom, it's a kind of a practice, because we are live with each other and we love each other. So we don't care if we mess up, or, sometimes the bloopers are the funnest things anyways, when I'm like, rewind and then go again, right? So you get to be you. You get to be genuinely who you are, and people get to see that, because you can't usually hide that. I mean, you can on recorded video, but necessarily when you start to do live videos, it's just like, you see what you get, here it is. And so that's empowering, because we don't have to be cookie cutter and like every other person. People are going to be drawn to you for who you are. And it helps you sort your followers without even knowing it. So that's the cool thing, right? Because so if someone's following you and they're negative on your page and they don't understand why you're doing what you're doing, well, they're going to be able to come to that realization whether they either want to be with you, they don't really know, or they don't like you, so they're going to unfollow. So that helps you to sort those people, because they're going to know right away when you do video, because like I said, you're being you. And if they're like, well, I don't really like her, I don't jive with her personality or whatever, then they're not going to follow your page, or they're not going to be there. So hey, that's even better for you. So, and there's so many other things about why video, but those to me right now were just like the main parts that I really wanted to share with you guys. So creating content, this is like the big question. What do I talk about? Okay. Excuse me. So what do we do when we're creating content? First of all, and like I said, this is going to be something you're going to want to go back and probably share, because you might not be able to write fast enough. But so start with a video sharing just who you are. And I'm going to say video, and there's going to be times where I talk specifically live, and then there's going to be times when it's going to be recorded. And you can do these either way, you guys. If you want to do some recorded ones first and then do a live one, that's fine. But regardless, either way, they should both be, you should do it live and also recorded for repurposing purposes, which we'll talk about too. So start with the video, just sharing who you are, you guys, and what you do. Hi, my name's Jillian Kaiser. You know, I'm a health and fitness coach. I'm a nurse. I work from home. I just have a vision of being able to help other people to do blah, 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 right? And then another one could be just sharing your vision. State your name again. Tell them what you do, and just tell them your vision for 2017. Just share that. Just let people in on what it is you're doing. Don't keep it a secret. I mean, what we do individually in this business and all areas of our life is and are important at some point or another to someone out there. We are here to serve them, to share our message, because you never know who it could help. Use video to invite to your challenges, your sneak peeks, your groups, your free groups. Like literally just saying, you guys, these groups are amazing. You know, I want to take this time to invite you in on our 3-day coach sneak peek. And it literally is going to let you be a fly on the wall and just see a glimpse into what I get to do every single day, how I help people, how I share this journey. And that can be recorded or live or both. But they get to see you and feel your energy like they're on the phone with you. So that's a great way to do it there. Brain dump. So you hear this word brain dump, and what does this mean? People are like, they always talk about a brain dump. What is it they're talking about? So brain dump is just something that you literally sit down and you just, everything that's like shooting through your brain or your mind, you just start to write. Doesn't matter what it is. Any topic that comes to mind, like what it is you do, what kind of problem can you solve? What can you teach other people? What do you do on a daily basis that you think is normal to you, but really you make things simpler that somebody else could learn from that? Another thing is, what do people constantly ask you? How do you do blah? Like Dante, how do you prepare for a speech being a Toastmasters, president? Michelle, how do you get things done? How are you on the call right now and you have 3 children that are in the bathtub at the same time? Like those are things that you think are normal, but it's like, how are you doing it and still being able to do X, Y, Z? So think about what people are constantly, right? Think about what people are constantly asking you, how you do whatever. Maybe it's meal prep. Maybe it's hiking Table Rock, whatever it is. Think about those things. Other topics could be, you guys, advice you would give your 21-year-old self. Like, let's just say 10 years ago, I'm 32. So what would I give my 22-year-old advice? Like, hide in the closet. Michelle's going to give advice on how to hide in the closet when she needs to get things done. So, but things like that, what would you give your 22-year-old self? What are some tips that you could give to teenage children going through, bullying? I don't know. Top tips to stay on track, parenting tips, apps you use, penny pinching, like in that sense, I mean, like, how do you save money? Like, are you thrifty? You know, how do you pinch your pennies to be able to spend on other things you're passionate about, you guys? What is it you're passionate about? I'm passionate about not using hand sanitizer, which I'm starting to figure out how I can bring that content and teach other people and make that valuable. It's something I'm passionate about. Things I eat, ingredients, things like that. Think about what it is you're passionate about. Fit tips, maybe a move of the day that you want to start doing, books to read that could change your life. Maybe it's a fun book, but there's some value to it. Time management tips, healthy snack ideas, travel tips, how-tos, purely entertainment, make people laugh. People want to laugh because guess what? I want to laugh. So I know that like if I'm scrolling on the feed, oh my gosh, you better believe if something's making me laugh, like I'm sharing that, I'm posting about it. I'm like coming up with something on my own to like recreate content for that because I mean, I like to really laugh and I love funny things and I love to be funny and just be silly. And so that's something that I enjoy. So I think that my followers or my viewers or other people would like to see that too, because there's so much negativity and drawing down things in the world. And we need more positivity and more things to just take a second and make us laugh, right? So format for video creation. And like I said, you might have to watch the recording and go back, but that's a great start of a list. I mean, you guys should be able to come up with tons of content just within those things. There's so much more that you can go into too. And then the format. So how do you create this video? Like, what are you going to do? So first, you're going to introduce yourself. And I do want to say this, sometimes I will do these interchangeably between what the video is going to be about and introducing myself, just to catch the viewer first, and I'll do them both ways. But so introduce yourself, tell them what the video is going to be about, you guys. There's nothing worse than, you know, getting on a video and nobody put it in the title, and you're just sitting there waiting. Like, don't you just feel that anticipation of like, what is it she's going to talk about? What is she sharing about? Like, can you just get to the point already? Because you didn't tell them what you were going to talk about. So then you're going to share your expert story, like why you can teach them. So how can they relate, and why do you feel like you are being able to represent this topic? Share then your tips, tricks, points, tools, whatever, and then a call to action, a way to keep them in your world. And that shouldn't say woodchuck. In your world, right? I always have a typo. Dang it. Always. It's just me. So how are these people going to stay like seeing you again? So are they going to subscribe to you? Is it going to be that you're going to suggest that they turn on their notifications? Follow me at, you know, IG, whatever. Fill out the form below. Message me directly on Instant Messenger or direct message via Instagram, or email me at blah, 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 whatever. And there's not necessarily always a call to action, but you should be sharing something at the very end so that you can keep them like coming back for more. Like, follow me, you know, stay tuned for my next video tomorrow, something like that. Okay, Michelle says I need to get better. Yeah, call to action. I know it's hard because you feel like at the end and it's also going to be something that helps you guys to not end awkwardly. Like, okay, well, I'm just done talking now. So, all right, you guys, well, I'll check you later. Because I know that I do that sometimes. So then always kind of remembering to put that in there at the end will help as well. And here we're going to keep on moving for creation. So again, that was just the format. And then this is just kind of an introduction. So introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Jillian Kaiser. I'm a wife, nurse, fitness instructor, former bikini competitor, 2016. And I love to help people with empowering themselves to improve their financial situations, physical health, their mental well-being, so that they too can lead a life full of greatness and success. This video tonight is going to be about 3 tips on how to save money at the grocery store. First tip I'm going to share with you is make sure that you shop the perimeter. And so then you're going to go in. Second tip is going to be that, you know, you look to see what is actually on sale and in season. And the third tip is going to be blah, 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 right? So then you go through all of your tips, and then you can also share your experts. So then you say, I feel like I can totally share about this because I used to be spending like $80 at the grocery store. But what I found by using these 3 tips is that I cut my grocery bill in half. Like, so now I'm only spending about $40 at the grocery store each time I go. So that's definitely why I want to share these 3 tips with you. And they are going to be blah, 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 right? 1, 2, 3, and then recap and just say, thank you so much for, taking the time out to watch this video. I really hope these tips help you. And if they did, why don't you share below? Or maybe if you have some tips that I can also benefit from, also share below. And you can also find my complete grocery list of what I buy on a typical regular basis at, JelaneK25@gmail.com. Thanks again so much, you guys, for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. So boom, done. Something as simple as that. I know it seems like it's way harder than it needs to be, but maybe I should do a video on that actually, because people ask me all the time about the grocery store. So there's another new idea for myself. So did you see how that went? So now I'm going to reverse the first 2. So you can always say, hey guys, thanks for jumping on. Today I wanted to talk to you about 3 tips to cut your grocery bill in half. My name is Jalene Kaiser, and I am a wife, a fitness instructor, blah, blah, blah. So when you do it reverse sometimes, it's just nice to switch it up because you get tired of being like, hey, my name's Jalene Kaiser, and I blah, blah, blah. Instead, switch it up and tell them what you're going to talk about first, and then introduce yourself, right? And some people who follow you all the time, they don't care about your story. They've already heard it. They want you to get to the point. But you have to remember, you are drawing in probably new followers, and you never know who is on. You don't know if there might be a new person who doesn't know what you do and who doesn't even know you, that they're stopping by for the first time to watch your video, right? So keep that in mind. And hopefully that example totally helps you there. If you need to, write it out first. I know a lot of the times when I very first started, I used to write everything out, and then now I can kind of get my ideas down on paper about what I want to talk about, and then little bullet points. And then I'll put my bullet points like up next to me here so that you can't see that, but then I have something to reference at the viewpoint of where I'm talking, which is at the camera, not at myself. Okay? So on to more creation. So I want you guys to know that creating the set is important. Like right now, like I've kind of done my set a little different. This is a new addition, and this is literally in the middle of my wall, you guys. Like I'm going to show you because like there's the ceiling up there, and this is in the middle of the wall because this is where I sit. And so I needed something, I felt like, to have some contrast. And obviously my red shirt doesn't go. So like I wouldn't wear this if I was actually filming a video because these colors don't go together. But you do want to keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be perfect, so don't let that stop you from actually moving forward and creating your video. Just use the blank wall. Like literally this just got put up like 2 weeks ago. Otherwise, I've used my purple wall and my chair for a year, right? So don't overthink that, and don't let that not having the perfect scenario and setup hold you back. Your angle of the camera. So create the set. Like I said, the light needs to be in front of you, whether it's an artificial light, like I have a Diva ring, or if it's your outside light, you guys, you want the light in front of you, not behind you, because guess what? Then you cast a shadow over yourself. And it is important, if this is going to be a video that you're using to repurpose and use again, which you should kind of always think that way, because you're creating less work for yourself. That's when you're working smarter, not harder, because you're doing like 2 or 3 things in one. You're being able to create more content from doing something one time, as opposed to doing it and then doing it again multiple different times. So make sure that the light is always in front of you, coming at your face. So here, I'm going to show you, I have a Lumi light. So right, this is the light. So I wouldn't want the light behind me and then filming here. You want the light to be in front of you. And this is going to give you better lighting on your face so that you look better, right? So the lighting always wants to be in your front. Natural light is always best. So if you want to create content or videos, and you can find that time of day where the natural light is the best. If not, there are some like the Lumi light, cheap versions of different things. And if you want to know more things about that, I can always post like links on Amazon and things like that to get you more lighting. So the angle of the camera should be at your hairline, filming from the waist up. So as you can see, like I wouldn't want my camera like this. Hey, like today I want to talk to you about, so right, this is not, there's too much space. This is awkward. There's too much space, and I got a little bitty head. My head's small, but so then you want to put it down to where you're at about maybe an inch or so above, and I could even be a little bit lower, but, and then see my waist. So basically from the waist up. Okay, you don't want to be sitting, and you don't want to be looking down at the camera either, so you don't want to be on top of it. check to be sure your area isn't cluttered. So again, here we go. Like if I was in like having all this in the background, I'd be like, so today I'm going to talk to you about, this is too cluttered for me. And I would want to clean that up and maybe just have like one thing there, right? So I just move my camera slightly over and then voila, my set is a little cleaner here, right? Be sure to begin and end with a smile, you guys. Your face tells your story before your words ever do. So if it is a serious kind of video, you still want to smile, but they're going to come into it knowing that there's going to be some emotion. There's going to be maybe something raw and very real and deep that you're sharing with them. But you can still smile, but maybe your energy isn't going to be as high. And then, of course, speak with confidence and draw them in. Tell them, like, hey, my name's Jillian Kaiser. I mean, one day I practiced that for probably 20 minutes, just saying, hey, my name's Jillian Kaiser. I'm a blah, 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 blah. And my mission is to blah, 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 blah. Or like over and over again until it was like ingrained in me, right? So if you have to listen to some music to pump you up, get you in that zone, whatever it is, and then fake it till you make it. Sometimes it's literally just hitting go and recording and just trying it out, you guys. Just trying it out, getting comfortable in front of the screen. Because I'll tell you what, anybody who makes a video or anybody who does anything on camera, they weren't good at it the first time they did it. I mean, I'm still improving and still learning tips and tricks through these online academies that I'm taking and doing things like that. That's just what it is. It's a learning process. But I know had I not done one, I wouldn't ever have gotten any better. So you just have to keep like getting on there and just pretending. And then when you get done, you're like, oh gosh, I probably did horrible. But then you're like, oh, kind of felt good. That kind of felt good. I want to do that again so I can get better, so I can grow and just keep going, right? Let's see, I'm gonna check the chat because I know you can only check it. Or people filming up their nose, right? So you guys, like there's a lot of times where I'll see people like they have the camera down here and then they do this. So they're filming down here or like with it right underneath them, like Michelle's saying, or people filming up their nose. That's funny. Because I've seen a lot of like really crappy video now that I kind of know what to do a little bit, or I've learned some tips and tricks from some pretty awesome people. All right, we got to move along here. All right, so do's. These are just some do's. Do smile, like I said. Have high energy. Get pumped up before you go on. Listen to your favorite music. Do whatever it is you need to do to feel confident going into that. If you just got in an argument with your spouse or you're yelling at your children or, you know, that there's a very obvious negative vibe going on around you, maybe that time right then is not the best time if you can't pull yourself to a positive place mentally, okay? Maybe just reschedule that for a little bit later or turn on that music and get it pumped up and just get back into your positive zone. Pause after you mess up and smile. So this is one thing that I learned that I never did before, and I wish I would have known. So, hi, my name's Jillian Kaiser. I'm from America. Hey there, my name's Jillian Kaiser, and thank you for jumping on this call. The thing is, start with a smile, end with a smile, and just keep rolling. Because I used to stop and start and stop and start, and then I felt like it took so much time, which it did. And then I learned that trick to just smile and then re-pick up your point. So if you lose like your train of thought, because I've totally done that, and I'm like, what was I supposed to talk about? Okay. All right. So tip number one is going to be to, and then go into it. And then if you mess up again, just stop, pause, because what's going to happen is when you go to edit the video, this is when you're actually recording video. When you then go to edit it, you can literally just snip out that piece and then connect and go on to the next point. So that saves you a ton of time. Do a practice run through, you guys. If you need to, do a practice run through. Even if you're going to go live for the first time but you kind of know what you want to talk about, your topic for the first time, write it out and practice it yourself, recording it, and then go live when you know there's like no way to stop and go. Just do that, because I know that I have done that my fair share of times. Plus you want to kind of check the set, make sure that you're going to have decent lighting, that your camera's set up, and those kinds of things. Save your videos to repurpose. And I literally am going to talk about this for just a minute, like repurposing your video. If you do a recorded video, you could do one for your team, you could do one for whatever, Facebook. It can go to YouTube. It can go to Instagram. Snippets of the video, minute snippets can go and be repurposed. So say a 5-minute video could be repurposed into 5 tips of the day shared on Instagram, because they can only do 1-minute video. And then you can also turn that video into a blog post, 1 tip a day of a blog post. Or you can take that, also break it down and also repurpose it as a Facebook post. So you've created one video, let's say, but now you've repurposed it in multiple ways. so many different platforms, in more video, or then into text. There's so many things that you can do, you guys. And so then what happens when either that was live or recorded, that video or that content lives on forever and helps do work for you when you're sleeping. So if it's on your YouTube channel, people can still visit there and they're seeing you. They're seeing what you've put out there, your content, what you're teaching, what you're sharing, as well as on Facebook. Same thing. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, it's all being repurposed at different times so people can still see what you're doing, and you're not having to necessarily create new content every single day, because you can repurpose content in different ways, whether it be post, video, snippets, blog, recipes, things like that. So hopefully that makes sense. And I know that that's something that I have tons of videos that now I just need to either send out there or delegate, because I'm not saying that you should be the one doing this. This is maybe somebody that you can find on Elance or Odesk or something like that, and have them take your video, turn it into Word format, and then repurpose that somewhere else, right? Because it's crazy. Take your time to do that. Keep your phone horizontal. So I see people do this all the time. Your phone in video mode should not be like this, especially if you want to reuse it, because what happened is I learned the hard way. I made these really great videos, and when you try to turn it in and repurpose your content to turn it into a video that you want to share, like an edit, and you go to put it in iMovie, well, then you're cut off and your body's all weird. So the trick is your phone has to be horizontal, you guys, like this, like this. So you're talking to the camera horizontally. So yes, that means your set is going to be changed differently, but you literally phone horizontal to be able to repurpose, not up and down, not like this, okay? Talk as if you're speaking to one person, the person who needs to hear your message that day. So if you're talking about, grocery store tips, don't say, hey, Facebook world, hey, people. Speak to that avatar, that one person. Maybe your avatar's name is Ashley, and you're speaking to Ashley tonight. So tonight, I want to share with you my 3 tips to be able to cut your grocery bill in half. And I know this because I totally did this. I was spending way more than I needed to at the grocery store, and I want to be able to help you, save that money so you can spend it somewhere else. Talk to that one person and speak to the camera, you guys. Don't look at yourself, and if you have to, cover it, okay? That's going to be in the don'ts. So don't look at yourself. If you need to cover it, cover it. In the beginning, I had to. So like, here's your eye hole, right? Let's just on the phone. People stare at themselves here. You need to look only here. So this means if you need to cover this up, then cover it up so that you literally are only looking at the camera hole, because then you're connecting with those people. See the difference here, and see the difference as if I was looking down at myself. You can see the difference in eye shift. I'm more connected with you when I'm here in eye to eye. That's why you're speaking to that one person. If you have to, put their name there. You're speaking to Ashley tonight. You're on this call with that one person. Do not hold your phone. Do not hold your phone. Get yourself a tripod. You guys, they're cheap. You can get them at Walmart, Target, Amazon. I don't have mine right here, but if you're for your phone, don't hold your phone, because you can tell, and it's hard. No matter how much you think your hand is straight, it's not. It's just not. There is wiggle, there's shake, there's all kinds of, and it's distracting. It's distracting, especially if you're trying to get a message across. And don't ramble. If you notice yourself starting to ramble, which at the end sometimes I do, then just recognize it and cut yourself off, right? Cut yourself off from that, and just take a second and just be like, okay, all right. So thank you guys so much for jumping on, and we'll see you around next time. Because it is hard to get off on like a tangent. It's like squirrel, and the next thing you know, you've lost your complete train of thought, and that's fine. Just realize that you've done it and then move on. All right, so just some apps that I use, because I'm sure that some of you might be asking, how do then I do make video? So for video editing, what I use is, a lot of the times I use iMovie. You guys, it's right on my phone, which is the great thing, because then I can take it from my phone, put it on YouTube, I can put it on Facebook, I can do whatever it is I want to do. They have music, stock music, and it looks like this right here. I have an iPhone, so that's all I can speak of. And so I use iMovie on my phone, and there's also iMovie on your laptop, like if you have a Mac. So I can use them both. when my phone was broke a couple days ago, I was having to upload then my video into iMovie, and then I could just do it there. So that was great. Pick, Play, Post is another one that I use to like just create video. You can do like little exercise things, and that's this one right here. Pick, Play, Post. Adobe Spark. So Adobe Spark is kind of like this new thing. It's not new, but it's newer, I think, to people are just finding out about. I know Michelle has used this a little bit. I'm not sure about Dante, but it's super easy. And the cool thing is it's mobile, and it like literally moves across mobile to whatever. The only downfall is, sorry for Android users, they don't have it yet for Android users, but if you have an Apple, you can totally try this out, and I encourage you to. You can do a page, a post, video. There's all kinds of things that Adobe is able to do. And then of course Facebook Live, which this is our challenge, is going to be going live and doing some live video before the end of the year, because like you guys know, live video is where it's at. It's getting the most affinity, the most reach in your news feed. More people are seeing it. So I feel like a challenge was just needed. So those are a few that I use. If you guys use other ones too, I would love to hear like what works for you guys, and just share. The more we share, the more we know. I just know that that's personally what works for me. When you see a lot of my videos, I'm using the majority of iMovie or just Facebook Live, and then repurposing that into something else. Because I always, after Facebook Live, I download it also to my phone, so then I can recreate content as well. So what do? We're going to put this into action, right? Action. So write this down. We're going to use hashtag EE Video Challenge. This is Ella's Empire Video Challenge. This is what it's going to stand for. Brain dump. All things you, workouts, recipes, whatever you're passionate about, things that you could do live video on, okay? And if you need to practice them, doing a regular video, great, do it. And then I'm going to challenge you now, between now and the end of the new year, which is 13 days from tomorrow, to do at least 6 live videos using the hashtag EE Video Challenge. So that way I can go back and look, and then I'm going to do a drawing on January 2nd, announcing a winner of a cool little prize. So it's just a way to encourage you guys to get into doing live and just continue to fail forward into the new year. There's no reason to wait for the new year to start doing this. We're going to start doing it now. Another thing I want to mention real quick, because like I said, there's always so much you can go into on video, so many more tips and tricks, but make sure you always have a title when you're going to go live. Make sure you type something in there so people are going to be enticed on why they should come into your world and watch your video. And if you guys didn't notice, there is now like literally a live video stream only on Facebook. So this down here, if you didn't know, this little play button is literally only video. Only video, people, right? So that's telling you something right there. Things are moving to video. So do that. Put something like, if I only knew then, ... live video, and share that then, okay? So I'm encouraging you to do that between now and the end of the year, 6 videos, and each time make sure you're using the hashtag, the EE Video Challenge, okay? So that really is it for like I said, if you guys have any questions and want me to go back and go over something a little bit more in depth, I'm more than happy to. There's so much that we can learn about video, and it's always ever changing, but this was like the basic bare bones of what you can do right now to at least get yourself in motion, to get that ball in motion. It's going to start small, and it's going to keep growing, and you're going to get better and better and better and better each and every single time that you do this. And that's what's going to make you just putting yourself out there, being vulnerable, and being able to have more content, teach people, reach more people, and just serve more people with your message, right? So hopefully that has really helped you guys. And again, if there's any questions, or if you would like to share something that you're doing that's working for you, any apps that you use to make your videos, I would love to hear that too, because I'm always looking for things that are maybe easier, quicker, has cooler features, and things like that. All right, so that's going to wrap up the video part, and we're going to go into recognition. So Recognition. Shout out to the Changing Lives Club, which was Megan in November, and Michelle, Teresa, and Cami all helped at least one person get started as well. November is such a hard month, and so is December, because it's just people, they want to have excuses. And I know that I say excuses because we all have money and we all have things that we can do. It's just that right now that isn't a priority for them to spend that in that way, right? Because you know that they're probably going out to eat and doing other things. So this was a tough month, I know, for everybody. And so it's important that even though it's November, that we're still out there serving other people and helping them to change their life, and realizing that, helping them to realize that they can still truly change their life without it being the first of the year. New coaches. Chelsea signed a new coach, so shout out to her. And then Dante got his certified personal trainer. So that's pretty exciting there. So I'm super proud of all of you guys for that work. And then upcoming save the dates, you guys. Oh my gosh, I feel like we have so many. So end of year, beginning of year, actually, 1-2, we're doing a Beachbody Open House Fit Club, essentially. From 5 to 8:30, we're showcasing all of our live workouts at the First Baptist Church, and it's free. We're going to do a Shakeology tasting, have some giveaways and things like that. So that should be a lot of fun. And then Super Saturday, of course, is 1/7. That's also at the First Baptist Church, and I can't wait. Oh my gosh, and sidebar, squirrel, Carl supposedly is announcing something huge tomorrow on the wake up call. So I'll be doing some work, like actually as a nurse tomorrow. So I cannot wait. Somebody message me and tell me what it is, because I probably won't be able to listen to the call until tomorrow night. So I'm excited, because it's like for him to be hosting the whole entire call. I don't know if he's done that ever. But anyways, Super Saturday. And then 2-4 is Coach Camp, you guys. If you can be there, make it there. This is an event that is just so much fun to kick off the year, and some great speakers are going to be shaking the house down. Like seriously, it's going to be amazing. Summit, I feel like we're already gearing up for Summit, and I feel the energy already building for Summit 2017 in New Orleans. We're going to have to figure out which way we want to say this, like 50-50, or just do like one and then the other next time. I don't know. And then Platinum Edge, of course, was announced in November 10th through the 12th, which I'm glad it's back to November. So anyways, lots of exciting stuff coming up. And I just want to say Merry Christmas and an amazing New Year, you guys, because this is the last time that we'll be meeting until 2017. So this has been an amazing year, and I'm really looking forward to 2017. And just thank you guys, everyone, for what you do and being a part of this amazing journey and vision and team. So thank you guys so much for jumping on, and I will see you in 2017. All right, you guys, have a great night. Talk to you later. Boom.
Boom.
Shakalaka.
Woo! Champagne pop.
Yeah, that's right. And drop the mic. Right?
That's funny.
Much love.
All right.
And I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, everyone have a good one. Merry Christmas, Dante.
Merry Christmas.
Bye, guys.
Bye.